concept in somewhat different forms has been around for a while. Former Representative Kenny Geyer can probably tell you exactly how long. And it has, each year that it comes up, there's a strong concerned reaction, and it's considered to be a very bold measure. And I'm not sure that it should be. I would ask people who have deep concerns about this and the impact of home ownership to reflect a little on where we are right now. We've all received, all of us on this committee, fairly large quantities of email about this bill, and some of it predict dire consequences for home ownership in Oregon. And as I have read some of it, it is clear to me that the writer believes that this bill would eliminate all mortgage interest deductions in the state. That's clearly the belief underneath a lot of the email that I've received. I got one a few days ago that concluded with a woman saying, "I am adamantly opposed to Oregon once again trying to take what I have rightfully earned." And I found that interesting because it speaks to a feeling that those of us who have been fortunate enough to buy homes have about this deduction. We're kind of attached to it and are used to it. And part of it is that it's one of the main deductions in the tax code that is available to people who aren't especially wealthy. And we've kind of liked that and gotten used to it. So, I remember 2 years ago there was a similar bill, not exactly the same, and I was visited in the Capitol by a delegation of realtors from my district, and they wanted to tell me how deeply they opposed the bill, and they weren't angry about it. They were, I want to say, disbelieving that anybody could try to do this. It was almost as if they thought we had a bill to reverse the law of gravity or something, because it's just so ingrained into what we do. But I'm asking for a reflection really on the larger question that this bill gets to of how Oregon wants to subsidize housing, because that's what we're talking about here. In very rough numbers, this subsidy of housing costs the state about $1 billion a biennium, and about 600 million, I'm really rounding numbers here, about 600 million, 60% of that goes to the top 1/5 quintile of earners. And this bill would impact perhaps the top 5% of earners. And it's estimated that if we pass this bill, it would produce revenue for the state of approximately $200 million for a full biennium, probably going up as housing costs go up. So to me, when all is said and done, and I look at this bill, I want to submit that it has a fairly simple core question. There are $200 million on the table to help subsidize housing and decent lodging, home ownership and housing. And we have a choice, a very conscious choice, between doing it the way we're doing now. We can either continue this deduction for people for their second, third, fourth, fifth homes, and you can still deduct this if you are using a home you own to rent out. I'm not talking about that. Second, third, fourth homes that are not used as rentals. We can either continue that practice and continue the deduction for people earning over $250,000. Again, it's a little more settled between 200 and 250. We can continue doing that as our choice for housing subsidy dollars, or we can put it into the programs that former Representative Kenny Geyer just described. That's a policy choice. Which is a better target, a more appropriate target, given the magnitude of our homelessness and housing insecurity crisis for Oregon in the 2020s. And, I would ask, I've used this deduction. I don't make that kind of money, but I've used this deduction over the years. And I would just ask everyone with a lot of concern about this bill to ask that question. What do we choose? Which do we choose for our public dollars for the subsidy of housing. And when I think about that, it's a clear choice, and I'll be supporting this measure.
Thank you, Senator Golden. Any further discussions on this measure? Hearing none. Thank you so much, former Representative Alyssa Kinney-Geyer. We really appreciate your testimony. I think Senator Golden really highlighted things that I was about to say, so I'm not going to go ahead and repeat what he said. He said such an elegant way of describing what the issue is and what we need to do and why we need this bill. So I'm not going to repeat it again. But with that said, thank you again, former Representative Kinney-Geyer.
15 seconds. There's one other point of misconception, at least in my email, that I'd like to clear up. This, for obvious reason, has no effect on the federal tax code and people's ability to get this deduction on their federal code. We couldn't touch that if we wanted to. So we are only talking about in the state code, which for almost everyone is a smaller amount than what they deduct on their federal taxes. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Any additional further discussions? Hearing none. Jason, will you call the roll, please?
Senator Anderson.
Anderson votes no.
Senator Golden.
Golden votes aye.
Senator Patterson.
Muted, Senator.
Patterson, unmuted, votes aye.
Vice Chair Linthicum.
Linthicum votes no.
Chair Jama.
Chair Chama votes aye. There's a 3-2 votes. The motion passes. Senate Bill 852 moves to the Senate Committee on Finance and Revenue with no pass recommendation. I'm going to go ahead and now close the work session on Senate Bill 852. And I'm going to go ahead and open work session on Senate Bill 805. Devin, is all the paperwork ready for this measure?
Thank you, Chair Jama, Vice Chair Linthicum, and members of the committee. The paperwork for Senate Bill 805 is ready. Senate Bill 805 with the -2 amendment has been issued a no revenue impact and a minimal fiscal impact. Senate Bill 805 has a -2 amendment that replaces the entirety of the measure. Senate Bill 805 with the -2 amendment allows the Construction Contractors Board to establish voluntary certification programs for residential general master builders of vertical homeownership structures. The measure with the -2 amendment allows the Construction Contractors Board to define vertical homeownership structure by rule and determine certification standards by structure type.
Is there a motion?
Yes, thank you, Chair Jama. I move to adopt the -2 amendment to Senate Bill 805.
Senator Golden moves to adopt the -2 amendment to Senate Bill 805. Is there a discussion? Seeing none, Jason, will you call the roll, please?
Senator Anderson.
Anderson votes aye.
Senator Golden.
Golden votes aye.
Sorry, we didn't hear that.
This is why I am muted. Sorry, Chair Jama. I didn't hear what was said.
Senator Patterson.
Thank you. Patterson votes aye, and I'm going to mute my thing again. Thank you.
Vice Chair Linthicum.
Vice Chair Linthicum votes no.
Chair Jama.
Chair Chama votes aye. The motion has been adopted to 4-1.
Chair Jama, I move Senate Bill 805 as amended to the floor with the due pass recommendation.
Senator Golden moves Senate Bill 805 as amended to the floor with due pass recommendation. Is there a discussion? Hearing none, Jason, will you call the roll, please?
Senator Anderson.
Anderson votes aye.
Senator Golden.
Golden votes aye.
Senator Patterson.
Patterson votes aye.
Vice Chair Linthicum.
Linthicum votes no.
Chair Jama.
Chair Chama votes aye. The motion has been adopted to 4-2. And Senate Bill 805 moves to the floor as amended with Duba's recommendation. Now I'm going to ask Senator Kay Lieber to carry this bill. With that, now I'm going to go ahead and close work session on Senate Bill 805. There is a couple other bills that I want to just quickly say something about it.
Right.
Senate Bill 882, the agency has no longer wants this bill to move forward, so we're gonna let it go and leave it there. Senate Bill 838 probably needs some work to be done. I would hope the interim time will be a time that folks can work on this bill and work this issue further. So it's not going to move forward. So hopefully folks will get together and work on this issue. It's a good bill, but I do believe that it needs some work. So I'm going to leave it there. Is there any additional discussions? Hearing none. Anything else, Devin, that needs to be discussed today?
No, Chair Jama.
Any comments from the committee?
Thank you, Chair Jama.
I'm gonna go ahead and now close the work session, I believe, and I'm gonna adjourn us. We are adjourned now. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Jama.